Guilty. I show them love, they show me hate, but ain't no issues to it. We take them issues, tip that tissue, flush and get through it. We got them hoes with them hoes, we been fishing to it. They get these souls for them dollars, now they flipping through it. This world full of sharks, we been swimming through it. They say they got your back, I love that's sticking to it. I'm trying to save your soul, cause I was meant to do it. They say I'm out my mind, but I be getting to it. Do it for you, just tell them, hold on. Mind of the nature, spirit of the creator. We was taught to cherish the wicked and to embrace them. Born in this world of sin, not that life we chose, just a choice we make. What was the good? We on that grind cause the struggle make hustlers, envy make thrillers, hate. Money made them hungry, control became the mission. If you ain't got that dollar, you just can't get this. They created robbing and stealing, we got them hoes for them hoes. Turn wives in the hoes, just to make the show out of you. Look right past the heart, but you never really know about it. Only what you told. When the sweater is cold, I ain't talking about that heat for that beat. I'm talking about that darkness in the breach, betrayal, them coffins in the deep. It's hell, you sure I'm saying, sleeping on the trail, left that block with them scales. I show them love, they show me hate, but ain't no issues to it. We take them issues, tip that tissue, flush and get through it. We got them hoes with them hoes, we been fishing to it. They get these souls for them dollars, now they flipping through it. This world full of sharks, we been swimming through it. They say they got your back, I love that's sticking to it. I'm trying to save your soul, cause I was meant to do it. They say I'm out my mind, but I be getting to it. Do it for you, just tell them, hold on. Do this for you, baby, guilty. Tempted by the devil, devices. Tempted by the beauty and the lusts of the women. Unrighteous, broken, a place in my heart. A night is spoken, truth to reveal. Open minds, many messiahs, I'm so close to divine. Feel like a wrist, I'm so close to the line. They trying to bring me down, I was told to just climb. Raised in the streets, but they open them nines. They praying to the sun, we just hoping to shine. They praise to the Father, he will not decline. Raise a child in the way they should go and just do fine. It's a life. Don't put your trust in the wrong one. Might be a long one. Stay strong. Baby on. Guilty. Yeah. I show them love, they show me hate, but ain't no issues to it. We take them issues, tip that tissue, flush and get through it. We got them hoes with them hoes, we been fishing to it. They get these souls for them dollars, now they flipping through it. This world full of sharks, we been swimming through it. They say they got your back, I love that's sticking to it. I'm trying to save your soul, cause I was meant to do it. They say I'm out my mind, but I be getting to it. Do it for you, just tell them, hold on. Do this for you, baby, hold on.
Let me give all praise to the Heavenly Father. Show me y'all what. We're going to get into this, break down a little bit of this controversy about some of these blessings. Give me 1 minute.
Street Empire.
Okay, Shalom, fam. Shalom. Genesis 12:3. And I will bless them that bless thee, and curse him that curses thee. And in thee shall all families of the earth be blessed. So he spoke to Abraham and told him, well, bless those that bless thee. Remember, all people do not come from Abraham. It's common sense. Abraham was a particular lineage, but many are relatives to us. But he said he will bless those that bless thee. So we know he will bless others. He will curse those that curse thee. So he will curse others that curse us also. But I'm going to show a little bit of detail. And Yahweh took the man and put him into the garden of Eden to dress it and keep it. And Yahweh Allah commanded the man, saying, of every tree of the garden thou mayest freely eat. So he gave a command. So we know there was a covenant with Adam and the Most High. And there was a commandment made. Made Adam Lord of all creatures. We know this. Made Adam God on the earth, Lord of earth. He gave him a command. So every tree of the garden thou mayest freely eat. But of the tree of knowledge of good and evil shalt not eat of it. One day thou eatest thereof, thou shalt surely die. So we see that there was a blessing and a curse at the same time, if y'all realize that. And he fell upon the path that brought us to curse. And the sons of Noah that went forth of the ark were Shem, Ham, and Japheth. And Ham is the father of Canaan. So you see, Noah is the father of Shem, Ham, and Japheth. That's what we see. So they're all three are brothers. These are the three sons of Noah. You see this? These are three brothers. And of them was the whole earth overspread. So we overspread the earth, even though there was others among us. But we was the dominion until we were overtaken. And Noah began to be a husbandman and planted a vineyard. And he drank of the wine and was drunken, and it was uncovered within his tent. And Ham, the father of Canaan, saw the nakedness of his father, and told his two brethren without. And Shem and Japheth took a garment and laid it upon both their shoulders, and went backward and covered the nakedness of their father. And the faces were backward, and they saw not their father's nakedness. And Noah awoke from his wine, and knew what his younger son had done unto him. So that's where we stop right here. And Noah awoke from his wine, and knew what his younger son had done unto him. And he said, cursed be Canaan, a servant of servants shall he be unto his brethren. So he was told he was going to be a servant of servants. And this curse was by his own father, Noah. Cursed his son that would come through Ham, Canaan, and said he would be a servant of servants. So I feel like the blame is on the Most High. Most High just know everything was going to happen before it happened. But we see through the power, because we are God's on earth, we're the sons of Yahweh, the particular line of Adam. Because all Adam is not the same people. It's more than one Adam. You must realize that. So Noah cursed his own son through his lineage. That his son, Canaan, it said will be a servant of servants. It don't say will be a slave of slaves. It said a servant of servants shall be unto his brethren. Now the slavery were brought unto by these other pre-Adamites of Eve. But okay. And he said, blessed be Yahweh, Allah of Shem. You see this? So he said, blessed be Yahweh, God of Shem, Allah of Shem. And Canaan shall be his servant. Allah shall enlarge Japheth, and he shall dwell in the tents of Shem. And Canaan shall be his servant. So you see how that's a servant of a servant already? Because Japheth is a servant unto us. Will be underneath us. And Canaan will be underneath Japheth, which they both will be servants of us. Remember, it was set on high, but that came down through Israel, us. But when it came through Shem, that's how it was set up. So we see Noah curse Canaan to be a servant of servants through Ham. Genesis 17. And when Abram was 90 years old and 9, Yahweh appeared unto Abram, and said unto him, I am the Almighty Allah, walk before me, and be thou perfect. And I will make my covenant between me and thee, and will multiply thee exceedingly. So we know that. Now this is who you calling God, but we know Yahweh, or Adon, the word of Yahweh. He came and told Abraham. So this blessing right here, this covenant, this agreement has been made by the actual Allah, the actual Yahweh, word of Yahweh, to Abram. Okay. And Abram fell on his face, and Allah talked with him, saying, As for me, behold, my covenant is with thee, and thou shalt be a father of many nations. Neither shall not thy name be any more called Abram, but thy name shall be Abraham. For a father of many nations have I made thee, and I will make thee exceedingly fruitful. I will make nations of thee, and kings shall come out of thee, and I will establish my covenant between me and thee. You see this? And thy seed and after thee and their generations for an everlasting covenant, to be a Allah unto thee and to thy seed after thee. And I will give unto thee and thy seed after thee the land wherein thou art a stranger, all of the land of Canaan for an everlasting possession. And I'll be their Allah, their God, Allah, see Yahweh. But they understand, this is not Canaan's land. I'm going to show you that Canaan came to that land, but we'll keep going into blessings. Who gave them? So we see that one was given by the word of Yahweh. Yahweh. Okay. And Abraham said unto Allah that Ishmael might live before thee. And Allah said, Sarah, thy wife shall bear thee a son indeed, and thou shalt call his name Isaac, and I will establish my covenant with him for an everlasting covenant. So he said, so Yahweh said he gonna establish covenant with the seed he have with Sarah. Okay, because Abraham's trying to say, may Ishmael might live before thee. But we get out. And as for Ishmael, I have heard thee. Behold, I have blessed him. So we know the word of Yahweh. Yahweh has blessed him. And will make him fruitful, and will multiply him exceedingly. 12 princes shall he beget, and I will make him a great nation. So we see he blessed Ishmael. And this is the word of Yahweh. Yahweh blessing Ishmael. But my covenant will I establish with Isaac, which Sarah shall bear unto thee at the set time in the next year. So we see Noah cursed through him, Canaan, to be a servant of servants. See, now we see these covenants and these blessings. Now we're seeing brought by the word of Yahweh. Yahweh. And it came to pass that when Isaac was old and his eyes were dim, so that he could not see, he called Esau his eldest son and said unto him, My son. And he said unto him, Here am I. And he said, Behold, now I am old. I know not the day of my death. Now therefore take, I pray thee, thy weapons, thy quiver, and thy bow, and go out to the field and take me some venison. Make me a savory meat, such as I love, and bring it to me, that I may eat, that my soul may bless thee before I die. And Rebekah heard him while Isaac spake to Esau, his son. And Esau went to the field to hunt for venison and to bring it. So we see here, it says, and Rebekah heard when Isaac spake to Esau, his sons. So his mother heard this. Okay, go down. And Rebekah spake unto Jacob, her son, saying, Behold, I heard thy father speak unto Esau, thy brother, saying, Bring me venison, and make me savory meat, that I may eat, and bless thee before the Lord, before my death. Now therefore, my son, obey my voice, according to that which I command thee. So now we see his mother, Rebekah, saying, Jacob, Yaquab, now therefore, my son, obey my voice, according to that which I command thee. Go now to the flock and fetch me from whence 2 good kids of goats. And I'll make them savory meat for thy father, such as he loveth. And thou shalt bring it to thy father, he may eat, that he may bless thee before his death. See this? So his own mother telling Yaquab to do this. And I'm going to show you why. And Yaquab said to Rebekah, his mother, Behold, Esau, my brother, is a hairy man, and I am a smooth man. My father peradventure will feel me, and I shall seem to him as a deceiver, and I shall be cursed, bring a curse upon me, and not a blessing. But hold on, and his mother said unto him, Upon me be thy curse, my son. Only obey my voice and go fetch me them. So he had to obey his mother's voice because we know the law obeys thy father, obey thy mother. How to obey his mother's voice? Because he did not understand the true meaning behind it at the time. He went and fetched and brought them to his mother. And his mother made savory meats, and such as his father loved. And Rebekah took goodly raiment of her eldest son, Esau, which were with her, in the house, and put them upon Jacob, Jacob, her son, younger son. And she put the skins of the kids of goats upon his hands, and upon the smooth of his neck. And she gave the savory meat and the bread which she had prepared into the hand of her son Jacob. And he came unto his father and said, My father. And he said, Here am I. Who art thou, my son? And Jacob said unto his father, I am Esau, thy firstborn. I have done accordingly as thou beddest me. Arise, I pray thee, sit and eatest of my venison, that thy soul may bless me. And Isaac said unto his son, How is it that thou hast found it so quickly, my son? And he said, Because a dime that Allah brought it to me. And Isaac said unto Jacob, Come near, I pray thee, that I may feel thee, my son, whether thou be my very son Esau or not. And Jacob went near to Isaac his father, and he felt him, and said, The voice is Jacob's voice, but the hands are the hands of Esau. So he know that the voice is the voice of Jacob. He's saying this. But the hands are the hands of Esau. And he discerned him not, as his hands were hairy, as his brother Esau's hands. So he blessed him, and he said, Art thou my son Esau? And he said, I am. And he said, Bring it near to me, and I will eat of my son's venison, that my soul may bless thee. And he brought it near to me. And he did eat, and he brought him wine. Brought him wine, and he drank. And his father Isaac said unto him, Come near now, and kiss me, my son. And he came near and kissed him. And he smelled the smell of his raiment, and blessed him, and said, See, the smell of my son is as the smell of a field, which Adon has blessed. Therefore I give thee of the dew of heaven, and the fatness of the earth, and plenty of corn and wine. So, okay, pay attention to this. Therefore, Yahweh give thee of the dew of heaven. So this is the blessing. And the fatness of the earth, and plenty of corn and wine. Okay, let people serve thee, and nation bow down to thee. Be a dine over thy brother. So it's Lord over your brother. Be a dine over thy brother. And let thy mother's sons bow down to thee. Cursed be everyone that curses thee, and blessed be he that blesses thee. Oh, so you see how this was passed down. And it came to pass as soon as Isaac had made an end of blessing Jacob, and Jacob was yet scarce, going out from his presence of Isaac, his father, that Esau his brother came, and from his hunting. And he also had made savory. Give me 1 minute. Okay, shalom, fam. We'll jump back one. And it came to pass as soon as Isaac had made an end of blessing Jacob, and Jacob was yet scarce going off his presence. Isaac, his father, Esau, his brother, came in from hunting. And he also had made savory meat, and brought it unto his father, and said unto his father, Let my father rise, eat of his venison, that thy soul may bless me. And Isaac his father said unto him, Who art thou? He said, I am thy son, thy firstborn Esau. And Esau trembled very exceedingly, and said, Where is he that has taken venison, and brought it me? And I have eaten of all before thou camest, and have blessed him. Yeah, and he shall be blessed. And when Esau heard the words of his father, he cried with a great and exceeding bitter cry, and said unto his father, Bless me, even me also, O my father. And he said, Thy brother came with subtlety, and hath taken away thy blessing. And he said, Is not he rightly named Jacob, for he hath supplanted me these 2 times? He took away my birthright, and behold, now he hath taken away my blessing. And he said, How that hast thou not reserved a blessing for me? And Isaac answered and said unto Esau, Behold, I have made him thy Lord, And all his brethren have I given to him for servants. And with corn and wine have I sustained him. What shall I do now unto thee, my son? So he made him king, basically, of all of them. And Esau said unto his father, How thou but one blessing, my father, bless me, even me. Oh, also, my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, Behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth, and of the dew of heaven from above. So see this blessing given to him. And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, Behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth, and the dew of heaven from above. And by the sword, and by thy sword shalt thou live, and shalt serve thy brother. You see this? And it shall come to pass when thou shalt have the dominion, thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck. So see, it's telling him Esau gonna be blessed. He got close to the same blessing Jacob got, but he wasn't made king over his brother, over all, Lord over his brother, or dying. But the difference is, let's go back to it. And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, Behold, thy dwellings shall be the fatness of the earth, and of the dew of heaven from above. And by thy sword shalt thou live. And we see, and Esau was in the world, as we know, and he lived by a sword, conquer, take over. He lived, he take his riches and live and dwell in the dew of heaven, dwell in the heavenly life, from conquering and killing, robbing and stealing. And that's what it said. And shall serve thy brother. But pay attention. And it shall come to pass when thou have the dominion. So once he conquered and became powerful, that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck. That he will be ruling over Yahweh, his brother. Because of his wickedness. And Esau hated Yahweh because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, The days of mourning for my father are at hand. Then will I slay my brother Yahweh. So we see he had in his heart to kill his brother. He had hate in his heart to kill his own brother. He loved not his brother. And these words of Esau, her elder, one minute. Okay. And these words of Esau, her elder son, were told to Rebekah, and she went and called Jacob, her younger son, and said to him, Behold, thy brother Esau, as touching thee, does comfort himself, proposing to kill thee. Let therefore my son be my voice arise. Flee thou to Laban, my brother to Haran. Okay, but now we're going to go. I'm going to show you why she did it. But she did. So we're going back in time before Yaakov came and got the blessing because his mother commanded him to do it. Okay, and after that came his brother out. Okay, let's go up a little bit. And when her days were to be delivered, were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb. And the first came out red, all over like a hairy garment. And they called his name Esau. And after that came his brother out. And his hand took a hold on Esau's heel. And his name was called Yahweh. And Isaac was 80 years old when she bare them. And the boys grew. And Esau was a cunning hunter, a man of the field. And Yaakov was a plain man, dwelling in tents. And Isaac loved Esau because he did eat of his venison. But Rebekah loved Yahweh. And Yaakov sighed pottage. And Esau came from the field, and he was faint. And Esau said to Yaakov, Feed me, I pray thee, with the same red pottage, for I am faint. Therefore was his name called Edom. And Yaakov said, Sell me this day thy birthright. Esau said, Behold, I am at the point to die, and what profit shall this birthright do to me? So Esau not asking him, why you want my birthright? Like, ain't you my brother, don't you love me? None of this time. He just saying, wow, what profit me for this birthright? Hold on. And Yaakov said, swear to me this day. And he swore to him, and he sold his birthright to Yaakov. Then Yaakov gave Esau bread and pottage of lentils, and he did eat and drink, and rose and went his way. Thus Esau despised his birthright. But you gotta say, Esau was only faint. That's the whole point. Esau wasn't even to the point of dying. That's just how he was feeling, because he was faint. But he despised his birthright from that day. But hold on, I want to go back to why. For the time, why Rebecca did what she did. Genesis 25:23. And Yahweh said unto her, two nations are in thy womb, and two manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels. And the one people shall be stronger than the other people, and the elder shall serve the younger. So this is God, Allah, Yahweh, the word of Yahweh. Yahweh telling her this. He told her, and the elder shall serve the younger. So and then let's go back. So Yahweh told her this, that the elder was going to serve the younger. Let's see what it said. Right here, let's go up. We're going to start right here. Therefore, Allah give thee of the dew of heaven and fatness of the earth and plenty of corn and wine. See, this was that blessing. Let people serve thee, and nations bow down to thee. Be Lord over thy brethren, and let thy mother's sons bow down to thee. Cursed be everyone that curses thee, and blessed be everyone that blesses thee. And she knew that the elder would serve the younger. And she knew that this blessing of the brother that was going to rule over the other brother. And I was going to give this one to Esau when God already, Yahweh, the word of Yahweh told her, this is for the younger. The elder shall serve the younger. So this blessing was for him. It's not that neither one of them was doing wrong. This is prophesied and this is spoken to her, which one it would be. And by her knowing that is why she commanded Yaakov to take that blessing, which was supposed to be for him. Because Yahweh already told her that he would be the one receiving the blessing, because they let him know that elder was going to serve the younger. So she didn't even do wrong, because she knew what was told to her. Yaakov didn't do wrong, because that blessing was promised to them by God. And Isaac is the one that was giving the blessing. She said, Noah cursed Canaan. We see Yahweh made a covenant with Abraham. You see different things going on here. Okay. Now Isaac called Yaakov and blessed him and charged him. You see this? And Isaac called Yaakov and blessed him and charged him and said unto him, thou shalt not take a wife for the daughter of Canaan. Arise, go to Panorama. But we won't jump down. And Allah Almighty bless thee and make thee fruitful, multiply thee, that thou mayest be a multitude of people, and give thee the blessing of Abraham. So we see his father Isaac is blessing him now, to give to him the blessing of Abraham, to thee and to thy seed with thee, and that thou mayest inherit the land wherein thou art a stranger, which Allah gave unto Abraham. Now Isaac sent away Yaakov, and he went to Panorama, unto Laban, son of Bethuel, the Syrian, the brother of Rebekah, Yaakov and Esau's mother. Now we see what Isaac gave a blessing to Yaakov. Once again, that was another blessing. And we get here, we see Esau took a daughter of Canaan. Please not, hold on. We see Esau went to take daughters of Ishmael, the wives. We can go through how many he went to different people to wives, but let me see what I'm going to. Okay. Yaakov went out from Beersheba and went toward Haran, and he lightened up a certain place and tarried there all night, because the sun was set. And he took up the stones of that place, and he put them for pillows, and lay down in that place to sleep. And he dreamed, and behold, a ladder set up on earth, and the top of it reached to heaven. And behold, the angels of Yahweh were ascending and descending on it. And behold, the Don stood above it and said, I am Allah. Adon, I love Abraham, thy father, and I love Isaac, the land whereon thou liest. To thee will I give it unto thy seed. So we see that Yahweh is now seeing the word of Yahweh coming to him and telling him he's giving him the blessing in his land and thing. So after his father Isaac already gave him a blessing, more than one of them, we see now God, Allah, Yahweh, the word of Yahweh is now giving him these blessing things. So we can see who's giving these blessings. Because men are giving blessings too. But we are also gods because we're the sons of Yahweh. But we see Yahweh, the word of Yahweh himself, are telling us we will inherit these land and be Lord of all. That's the difference people need to see also. And behold, the Don stood above it and said, I am. Oh, I read that, okay. And thy seed shall be as the dust of the earth, and thou shalt spread abroad to the west, and to the east, and to the north, and to the south. And in thee and thy seed shall all the families of the earth be blessed. So we see this same blessing pass all the way down to Yahweh, Israel, Yasharal, our forefather, who the covenant is now made with, and through us. And he brought that blessing all the way from Abraham through Isaac, through Jacob. The same blessing that people mistakenly don't understand. We'll read it again. And thy seed shall be as the dust of the earth, and thou shalt spread abroad to the west, and to the east, and to the north, and to the south. And in thee and in thy seed shall all the families of the earth be blessed. A lot of people like to go to Abraham and say, see, he told Abraham all the earth was blessed. But they understand this was a blessing passed down. It's passed through Abraham, through Isaac, and through Jacob. These same blessings. And we can read the same one right here. I just read it to you. It was given to Jacob, Yahweh. And this is from the word of Yahweh. Yahweh. We see the blessings his father Isaac gave him. Now we see Yahweh gave him these blessings. And in us, all the families of the earth will be blessed. Through the seed of Israel. That all the families of the earth will be blessed through the seed of Israel. Yasharal. It was passed to us. And throughout times, since Abraham, it was blessed. Through Isaac, it was blessed. Through Jacob, Yahweh, and through us to the day this earth has been blessed. And we shall rule again. Okay. Genesis 49. And Yahweh called unto his sons and said, gather yourselves together, that I may tell you that which shall befall you in the last days. And Yahweh called unto his sons and said, gather yourselves together, that I may tell you that which shall befall you in the last days. Gather yourselves together, and hear you, sons of Yahweh, Yasharah, and hearken unto Israel, your father. Reuben, thou my firstborn, my might, in the beginning of my strength, excellency of dignity, and excellency of power. So this our forefather Israel, giving each blessings to each of our tribes. People got to understand the blessings that was given to us by forefathers. For each tribe, they need to read Genesis 49. Stable as water, thou shalt not excel, because thou wentest up to thy father's bed, and thou defilest thou it went. He went up to my couch. Simeon and Levi are brethren, instruments of cruelty in their habitations. O my soul, come not thou in their secret, unto their assembly in mine honor be not thou united, for in their anger. A slow man in their self-will, they dig down a wall. Cursed be their anger, for it was fierce, and their wrath, for it was cruel. I will divide them in Yahweh, and scatter them in Israel. So they are scattered among us in Israel through the tribes. Judah, thou art he whom thy brethren shall praise. So we're the head tribe. Thy hand shall be in the neck of thine enemy. Thy father's children shall bow down before thee. So we know the same blessing even given to one of the tribes of Israel. And many got to understand that. Judah is a lion's whelp. From the prey, my son, thou art gone up. He stooped down, he couched as a lion, and as an old man, who shall rouse him up? The scepter shall not depart from Judah. The scepter shall not depart from Yahweh, nor a lawgiver from between his feet, until Shiloh come. And unto him shall the gathering of the people be. Binding, binding his foal unto the vine, and his ass coat unto the choice vine. He washed his garment in wine, and his clothes in the blood of grapes. His eyes shall be red with wine, and his teeth white with milk. Zebulun shall dwell at the haven of the sea, and he shall be for an haven of ships, and his border shall be unto Zidon. Issachar is a strong ass couching down between two burdens. And he saw that rest was good, and the land that it was pleasant, and bowed his shoulder to bear, and became a servant unto tribute. Then shall judge his people as one of the tribes of Israel. There shall be a serpent by the way, an adder in the path that biteth the horse heel, so that the rider shall fall backward. I have waited for thy salvation, O Yahweh. Gad, a troop shall overcome him, but he shall overcome at the last. Out of Asher, his bread shall be fat, and he shall yield royal dainties. Naphtali is a hind let loose, he giveth goodly words. Joseph is a fruitful both, even a fruitful buff by a well, whose branches run over the wall. The archers have sorely grieved him, and shot at him, and hated him. But his bold strength, and the arms of his hands were made strong by the hands of the mighty Yahweh, of Yahweh, Yasharal. From this is the shepherd, the stone of Israel. Even by the Allah of thy father who shall help thee, and by the Almighty who shall bless thee, with the blessings of heaven above blessings of the deep, that lieth under blessings of the breast and of the womb.
Street Empire, we legendary.
And Yahweh spake all these words, saying, I am Allah, I am Adonai thy Allah, which I brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. Thou shalt know the gods before me. Thou shalt make unto thee no graven image or any likeness of anything that is in the heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water of the earth. Go down.
Street Empire, we legendary.
Read Exodus 20. You understand all the words God spake at the time. And then we get to Exodus 19 and 8. And all the people answered together and said, all that Yahweh has spoken, we will do. And Moses returned the words of the people unto Yahweh. So we go back to Exodus
Street Empire,
20
we legendary.
and throughout. But you go to Exodus 20 when he spoke to us, and we said all these people will do. So a lot of people understand we agreed we were going to do these things. So they don't need to back out of something we agreed upon. They destroyed our memory, that's why we don't remember these things. Okay. Then Joseph brought and Yaakov his father and set him before Pharaoh. And Yaakov blessed Pharaoh. So no, at that time Yaakov blessed Pharaoh. And we know that Egypt thrived. It became big and great, but it wasn't called Egypt yet. It was Kemet. But we know that some of those other pre-Adamites, their family members, not the European ones yet, the ones from Mesoamerica, came over there ruling the Egyptian pharaonic line. So they was already divided, the Kemetic people. Before the Syrians came in, and we was there, we helped Egypt thrive. We helped Kemet thrive. It became Egypt. It became destroyed first, divided, then became Egypt. Hold on, let me go back. Look, and Joseph nourished his father and his brother and all his father's household with bread, according to their families. And there was no bread in all the land, for the famine was very sore. So that the land of Egypt and all the land of Canaan fainted by reason of famine. So you see this in all the land of Canaan, because they tried to take over most all of our land, they spread it. Fainted by reason of the famine. And you see, we lived among these people. And we got these crazy ones talking about how we come in and try to kill them off, take their land. When it's our land, I'm sure that. Deuteronomy 33:1. And this is the blessing wherewith Moses, the man of Yahweh, blessed the children of Yasharal before his death. So read Deuteronomy 33 and go through them. Moses blessed us also. We were blessed by our ancestors also. So people understand that. That's why heritage come from. We go over back in Africa to our land, Yasharal. Yasharal that spanned it through towards Sumer with the Garden of Eden. So Africa through towards Sumer. Which they divided our land. But you see, through our history and heritage, we go back to our ancestors. Our ancestors bless us. And our God blesses us. He spoke through our ancestors. He speaks through us. But he blessed us. And he came down face to face to many of our ancestors. And he lives in us. Okay. Then Joshua called the Reubenites and the Gadites and the half tribe of Manasseh and said it to them, Ye have kept all that Moses, the servant of Yahweh, commanded you, and have obeyed my voice and all that I have commanded you. You have not left your brethren these many days unto this day, but have kept the charge of the commandment of the Adon your Allah. And now Adon your Allah hath given rest unto your brethren as he promised them. Therefore now return ye and get you into your tents and to the land of your possession, which Moses, servant of Yahweh, gave you on the other side of Jordan. But take diligent heed to the commandments and the law which Moses, the servant of Yahweh, charged you, to the Adon, to love the Adon your Allah, and walk in all his ways, and keep his commandments, and cleave unto him, and to serve him with all your heart, and with all your soul. Now we go to verse 6. So Joshua blessed them. We see one of our other ancestors blessed us. Joshua blessed them and sent them away, and they went into the tents. Hosea 12:13. And by a prophet, Yahweh brought Israel out of Egypt. Yeah, Moses was a prophet. Joshua, all them, y'all don't want to say they are prophets. And by a prophet was he preserved. And we'll get over to some of the land of Canaan thing. Okay. And Abram was very rich in cattle and in silver and in gold. And he went on his journey from the south even to Bethel, unto the place where his tent had been at the beginning, between Bethel and Hay, unto the place of the altar which he had made there at first. And there Abram called unto the name of Yahweh. And Lot also, which went with Abram, had flocks and herds and tents, and the land was not able to bear them, that they might dwell together, for the substance was great, so that they could not dwell together. And there was a strife between the herdsmen of Abraham's cattle and the herdsmen of Lot's cattle. And the Canaanites and the Perizzites dwelled then in the land. So you see the Canaanites and the Perizzites. Listen to this. And there was a strife between the herdsmen of Abraham's cattle and the herdsmen of Lot's cattle. And the Canaanite and the Perizzite dwelled then in the land. You see this? It ain't say in the Canaanite land, on the Perizzite land. It's telling them that they over there in the land right now dwelling in the, not their land. And Abraham said unto Lot, Let there be no strife, I pray thee, between me and thee, between my herdmen and thy herdmen, for we be brethren. And is not the whole land before thee? Separate thyself, I pray thee, from me. If thou will take the left hand, then I will go to the right. Or if thou depart from the right hand, then I will go to the left. And Lot lifted up his eyes and beheld all the plain of Jordan, that it was well watered everywhere before Yahweh destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah, even as the garden of Yahweh. You see this? Even as the garden of Yahweh, like the land of Egypt, and thou comest unto Zoar. It chose him all the plain of Jordan, and Lot journeyed east. And they separated themselves, one from the other. Abram dwelled in the land of Canaan, and Lot dwelled in the cities of the plain and pitched his tent towards Sodom. And I'm going to show you why they called it the land of Canaan, because Canaanites and Perizzites and all them dwelling in the land. But as you see here, we living among these people because say they let dwell in the land. And we was only a few people, so how could we come in and killing and murdering these people that's in our land? But we're gonna get to that. The place was the brook Esco, with four of the cluster of grapes, which the children of Israel cut down from thence. And they returned from searching of the land after 40 days. And they went and came to Moses and to Aaron and to all the congregation of the children of Yashral unto the wilderness of Paran and to Kadesh, and brought back word unto them and unto all the congregation, and showed them the fruit of the land. And they told him and said, We came unto the land whither thou sentest us. Surely it floweth with milk and honey, and this is the fruit of it. Nevertheless, the people be strong that dwell in the land. So this is part. They said, "Oh, we wouldn't try to take the land." You see, we lived. They lived. It was in our land already during the time of Abraham. We all not even a nation yet. Too came out of Egypt. So we know we dwelt among Canaanites, lived among Canaanites, and mixed among some of them and others. So we know that's already out the window. That false accusation they made there to my going and killing Canaanites that are in our land. But hold on, we get her. This when we going into the land, search out the land to conquer the land, our own land back. But who was in the land right at this time? And they told him and said, We came unto the land where thou sentest us, and surely it floweth with milk and honey. And this is the fruit of it. Nevertheless, the people be strong that dwell in the land. So these people strong that dwell in the land. And the cities are walled and very great. And moreover, we saw the children of Anak there. So they see children of Anak, children and Anakim. Some of the pre-Adamite culture people, and some of the mixture of they see with others. That's what they seen in our land. They were there trying to live up the resources in our land at this time. That's why they was going up there seeking out the land. Time of Joshua, Moses. The Amalekites dwelt in the land of the south, so this was also over there. And the Hittites and Jebusites and Amorites dwelt in the mountains. And the Canaanites dwelt by the sea, about the coast of Jordan. And Caleb stilled the people before Moses said, Let us go up at once and possess it, for we are well able to overcome it. But the men that went up with him said, We be not able to go up against the people, for they are stronger than we. Okay, let me go down. And they brought up an evil report of the land which they had searched out unto the children of Yashral, saying, The land through which we have gone to search it, it is a land that eateth up the inhabitants thereof. And all of the people that we saw in it are men of great stature. So we know they devour people that come in there conquering them. They known as killers, warriors. They even eat flesh, eat people. We know that. And there we saw the giants, the sons of Anak, so the children of the Anakim, children of Enkidu. We know there's also pre-Adamite culture, but a lot of them they mixture. They see those mixing became giants. So that's what's in the land. When we sent them out to seek out the land, who in our land chilling. The giants was in our land. So that's what we're going over to war and get them out of our land. We know Canaanites and all the mothers go up there too. Now, if they was going to join with the devil people, they were going to have to get took down too, because it's the devil people. The devil children, we have to take them down. It's righteous judgment. It was in our land. Okay, and you shall serve. Okay. For my angel shall go before you and bring you into the land of the Amorites and the Hittites and the Perizzites and the Canaanites and the Hivites and the Jebusites. And I will cut them off. And thou shalt not bow down to the gods, nor serve them, nor do after their works. But thou shalt utterly overthrow them and quite break down their images. So we sat there and wanted to live among these people. People don't understand that. And ye shall serve Yahweh, your Allah, and he shall bless thy bread and thy water, and will make thy sickness away from the midst of thee. There shall nothing cast their young, nor be barren in thy land. The numbers of thy days I will fulfill. I will send my fear before thee, and I will destroy all the people to whom thou shalt come. And I will make all thy enemies turn their backs unto thee. And I will send hornets before thee, which shall drive out the Hivite, the Canaanite, and the Hittite from before thee. You see this? And I will send hornets before thee, which shall drive out the Hivite, and the Canaanite, and the Hittite from before thee. So these people's going to get up out of our land. Judges 1 and 29. Neither did Ephraim drive out the Canaanites that dwelt in Gezer, but the Canaanites dwelt in Gezer among them. So you see, a lot of people didn't go and kill the actual Canaanite people. Like they went in to kill the giants and stuff at them times when it was. People would fight them, but the actual regular Canaanites, they were just living among these people and fall into idolatry and stuff. Okay. Look. Go down here 1 second. Bear with me. Okay. That's why they took this book out of the scriptures also. But in the Jubilees, okay, well, in the 4th week, in the first year, they put even a time on it, 1688 a.m. In the beginning thereof, in the 4th year and 13th Jubilee, were they dispersed from the land of Shinar. It's Mesopotamia, the Sumer. You know, this is where we got off the boat at. We're living there. They was building the Tower of Babel and everything, okay. And Ham and his sons went into the land which he was to occupy, which he acquired as his portion in the land of the south. And Canaan saw that the land of Lebanon to the river of Egypt, that it was very good. You see this? Let's read that again. And Canaan saw that the land of Lebanon to the river of Egypt, that it was very good. And he went not to the land of his inheritance to the west. You see this? What Canaan did? And he went not into the land of his inheritance to the west, that is to the sea. And he dwelt in the land of Lebanon. This is not a land. He was not land. Eastward and westward from the border of Jordan and from the border of the sea. And Ham, his father, and Cush and Mizraim, his brothers, said unto him. You see this? Okay, go back. And Ham, his father, and Cush and Mizraim, and his brothers said unto him. So now you got his father and his brothers saying, man, thou hast settled in a land which is not thine. Daddy and his brothers telling him, man, you in a land that is not yours. Canaan, the Canaanite. It's not your land. His own daddy and his brothers telling him, and which did not fall to us by lot. So he said, this didn't fall to us by inheritance. No land this is by inheritance. Do not do so. For if thou dost do so, thou and thy sons will fall on the land, and he be accursed through sedition. So his own daddy and his brothers telling him, man, don't do this. This is not your land. Why are you going to somebody else's land trying to take over their land? So they know we'll still be enslaved and struggling and trying to get back to our land at the time periods too. Ye have settled, and by sedition thy children fall, and thou shalt be rooted out forever. Dwell not in the dwellings of Shem. You see this? His daddy. This is what Ham told him. Cush and Mizraim, his brothers telling him this. They said, dwell not in the dwellings of Shem. For to Shem and to his son did it come by their lot. So he's saying this came to them by their inheritance. This is theirs. The land they call it Canaan, Canaanite, that's our land. Canaanites know that. Their own father, their brothers know that, and told them not to go on our land to do that. They did it. And he cursed them. So you see, even Ham, let's go read it again. Okay. Go down, hold on. And Ham and his father and Cush and Mizraim, his brothers, said unto him, thou hast settled in a land which is not thine, which did not fall to us by lot, to inheritance. Do not do so, for if thou dost so, here you go, thou and thy sons will fall in the land. So now his father giving him a curse upon him. And he be a curse through sedition, for by sedition ye have settled. So he said, and by sedition will thy children fall, and thou shalt be rooted out forever. So Ham put another curse on Canaan, saying, if you do this, it's going to happen to you, son. It's not your land. Get out these people land. You got to share them land. Okay. Cursed art thou, and cursed shalt thou be beyond all the sons of Noah, by the curse by which we bound ourselves by an oath in the presence of the holy judge, and in the presence of Noah our father. But did he not hearken unto them? So Canaan disobeyed his father. He broke commandments already. Canaan disobeyed his father. Canaan disobeyed Ham. Disobeyed his brother, Mizraim and Cush, tell him to do right, do something good, do right. He didn't want to do right. Wicked was in his heart, evil. But he did not hearken unto them, and he dwelt in the land of Lebanon, from Hamath to the entering of Egypt. See how much he went? He just dwelt in a little piece of it. He and his sons unto this day. You see that unto this day. And for this reason, the land is named Canaan. Let's read that again. And for this reason, that land is named Canaan. The land, Yashrali, our land. It's not supposed to be in our land. Genesis 2:15. And Yahweh took the man and put him into the garden of Eden to dress it and keep it. Pay attention. And Yahweh took the man and put him into the garden. Where? The garden of what? Eden. So he put us into the garden of Africa that stretched to Sumer. The Eden, that's Eden, Africa. Africa all the way up towards Sumer. We got Eden. Some people try to pass the whole earth to being Eden, but we got scriptures say that the specific area at this time is Eden of Africa that stretched towards Sumer. And right in that part from the northeast Africa over Egypt, most of their area, because some of Egypt is on our land. They got the land a little bit twisted around. But all the way up is our land. And that's where he put Adamah. Because you'll see this represented to be two different gardens, but I'll show you that. And keep it. And this is that land we was given to by inheritance, the same land. The same land that Canaan dwelt in after the flood. So we had this land since Adam. It's always been passed down. It was passed down to us by inheritance. Everybody was given a lot. This is what ours was given. Okay, as we see, got a map. We got many different ancient maps. And we see this one over to your right that we're looking at. Garden of Eden. And you can see where they have this one located. But they will put on the distance map. Let's check this. You see how this? So if you really want to know, all this will be us. All this. Mostly. Like this. And then we knew Egypt stuff would have ran through there too. Something like area like here. But we had most of the only waterways and a lot of this. They corrupt. They didn't change the way the map really, where the land, they separated our land. And then they go through here. See here, they try to just give us this. But they got them over some other spot. But they try to give it this, it's beyond all this. Because all this was given to us, people don't understand that. See, this is how they shrink it. You see what I'm saying? They try to give us less. Still giving you more than what they over there living on right now. But it's more than that. But see, it was stretched way up. We'll put on that map. So they still shrink our land, even on these maps. They make it bigger than what the people living on though, but they still making it smaller than what it really is. As we know, Yahuwah Allah planted a guard eastward in Eden, eastward in Eden. And there he put the man whom he had formed. So it was east of Africa, most parts of East Africa to Asuma. Africa, most all that's known as Eden.
Running with country bands.
Got how the other one was at.
Country bands.
Cause they got a map, it's two Edens now. It's two Edens like over here. How they do this thing, it's cause you know Inky there. I ain't say two Edens, but two gardens of Eden, whatever. But they trying to say this is an Eden. Cause some people name other places. See, just in the biblical, we see the names. A lot of these names were used before the biblical. People don't understand that. So, like that word Cush, Eden, all these things used before we get into the biblical. Because we're ancient cultures come before all this. But I like to give our praise to the Heavenly Father. Kahalabana Yahweh, Bashum Yahweh.